Welcome to Jesus Possibilities Worlds, where impossible is possible. In the name of Jesus, together we can change the world. Hallelujah. In Jesus' holy name, I have united my dear father and mother, brother and sister, aunties and uncle, all into it. As we begin to say, we want to confirm if you passed by, indeed you are here today. Let's go to our question. One young man was born within the land. As the young man came into the age of 18, he decided to get married. As the young man got married, he got his wife. 5 months later, his wife got pregnant. As his wife got pregnant, he got pregnant with a baby girl. As the baby girl was born, his father was around, mother is in position. They had a baby girl. This young man is living in low life, is well connected within the land, and the lands around his land is connected. This young man, his best friends are few and they are recognized within the land. The governor of the land is his best friend. The pastor within the land, the most important pastor in the land that everybody know, whether they don't listen to the news, they know him, is one of his best friends. The king within that kingdom, within the land, is his best friends. And the young man had his daughter. Indeed, they are 3 right now. They took care of their daughter. And the smaller daughter came into the age of 5. 5 days for her to be 5 years old. They went outside for walk. After when they were running, having fun, suddenly she kicked the floor and she fell down. And they begin to take the baby to the hospital. They say it's blind. This small little baby was blind at 5 years. As he is blind, his father cannot handle it anymore. He misses daughter. 3 months later, he joined ancestors. All these important friends, they begin to distance themselves. But that young man's wife knows those people that they are her husband friend. Is the question, my dear father. As he sees the mother confirm leaving the blind small little baby into the kingdom alone, this is not right. She began to visit those friends of her husband friends. As she stood in the front door of the governor, she kneeled and said, "Sir, I need your help. Your friend has left us." The young man said, "That's correct. I heard about it. But let this be the last time that you visit my kingdom. You and your blind daughter, you're not allowed to come here again. The mother said, "Hey, son, please, give me something. I need help." He said, "Your husband was my friend, but since he joined ancestors, I no longer interested to be part of that kingdom. So you and your smelling blind daughter, get out." As she sees, she left, she came home with her daughter. They begin to cry. She cannot believe what the governor says to her. This can't be true. She was the right good man. How come somebody just suddenly done? As he sees the lady left again, going into the kingdom. Our pastor is going to visit the kingdom of pastor. As she arrived into the door of pastor, the well-recognized pastor, she stood with her daughter, knocking the door. As they came outside with his wife and kids, they sees a woman kneel with a blind daughter. They begin to look at her. They know the lady. The pastor asks, "What can I do for you?" The lady says, "I need your help, me and my daughter." The pastor says, "You go. Tomorrow I will send somebody. Please, you leave. As you can see me, I am going to important appointment." The lady cried, but the man doesn't care. And the lady left with his daughter. They came home. 2 missionaries failed. The next day, they woke up again. They're going to seize the king of the land. As they arrived, they stood on the door outside. They knocked the gate. "What can I do for you?" They say, "We need to see the king of the land." He says, "Okay, where are you?" And they called the king to tell the king, "Hey, the members looking for you." He began to ask, "Who are they?" As he heard the name, he says, "Tell them, I am not here. Let them come tomorrow." At the 3 missions failed, they went home. This lady and his daughter, they begin to walk around, so there may be somebody that will help them, is the question. A day arrived that they were passing on the governor door. This small little girl is 6 years now. As the governor's son sees the lady and his daughter, he says to God, people who are protecting him, "Please push them away. Please get them away. Kick them far away." They begin to kneel, "Please, I need job. We need job." He said, "Get out with your blind daughter. I don't want to see you." The governor's son, as she began to walk along the road with his daughter, the pastor and his kingdom are just coming from church. As she came, they kneel. The pastor said, "God bless you, God bless you. See you. I will see you next week." he did not attend the first meeting. He says he will send people. Now he say next week. One of the pastor's son says, hey, can you distance them away? He said, what? Please, get them away. They put these members away. And the pastor said, God bless you. They left. And the day arrived, the small little girl came into the 7 years old. They took a mission to the kingdom to go seize the king if he may have at this time. And they seized the king told them, yes, you have come. He was my good friend. But I promise today I will take care of his schooling and everything that is needed. As people hear such a thing, they know he has spoken. They went home. They were so excited. He told them, give me 7 days and everything will be in place. As 7 days arrive, they are poor and they are willing to find any help. 7 days arrived, the lady came on the door with his daughter. King ordered people, send them away. Tell them I'm not here. As this lady began to do it every second day, she want to meet the king. King is not saying anything. Somebody update his mind. There's no way you can help those kingdoms. They are poor. That woman have no husband, one daughter, and is blind. They don't need an help. That money will be a lot of waste. King automatically update, so he's not willing to see that people again. The woman and his daughter is a question. As he sees, they begin to take charge of themselves. This woman is taking care of his daughter. His daughter began to be a singer. Since she cannot see, she began to sing anywhere. She began to sing everywhere they work. She began to sing different types of songs. A day arrived is a question. A day arrived. The lady came into the age of 22. As she came into the age of 22, nobody is helping them. Indeed, God has blessed her, but because she's blind, nobody is willing to help that kingdom. There's no man. And they did all they can. A poor man came from different land. It's the question. As the poor man arrived, he began to walk in the forest and hearing somebody singing. He insists he wants to see that human being, that soul that can sing, that can update every human being. Who is she? As he came, he sees the mother and his daughter, beautiful, well created. He said, what is the problem? The woman said, there's no problem. We are just singing. He said, your daughter woke up everything within me. As I hear a voice, I am willing to go see your kingdom. The mother says, just go down and help people. You may change your mind on the road. He said, no, I want to see you, that kingdom. The woman says, come tomorrow. With his daughter, they confirm. And the young man went home. He began to think, if he had that done beside him, things can be updated. Even seeking, but the hour has arrived. As he began to visit that kingdom, he told those kingdoms, I will take care of his medication. I will send him to any hospital. They may be helped, so she may see again. They cannot believe that. Since she was 5, how come? At this man did all he can. He paid hospital bills. As he paid them, he told to the doctor, you make sure she can see. Her doctor took charge in position as his best friend and himself is a doctor. But he doesn't want to do it himself, so he told his best friend to take charge. As his best friend did it, the woman woke up 3 days later. She can see anything you are doing. As she began to smile based on what she sees, as she cannot see before, people begin to be updated. They want to ask her name. May God bless you. 7 days later, people in different kingdoms are visiting. They want that woman. And this man went down. He did everything and making sure the lady can go to school. She's willing to go to school. In short time, a governor's son arrived. As people hear governor's son arrived, poor people distance themselves. In short time, the pastor's son arrived. As people hear the pastor's son, he wants that woman. They know that there will be a problem. In short time, the upper hand of king had arrived. He wants that woman. They cannot sleep without that woman. Voice, tone become updated in their mind. So they need that woman. As the poor man went down, he doesn't know what is happening. Is a question. He prepared 7 days for him to come and show people that he's willing to marry this woman. The woman is ready for this young man. She cannot believe she can see again. While the 7 days on the road, a governor's son arrived. He wanted to marry that woman. As they begin to close his eyes, the one who can see what he was speaking. He said, son, come tomorrow. As he tried to drive away, a pastor's son arrived. He wanted to marry that woman. He cannot sleep. He told him, come tomorrow. As they tried to go outside, a king came. Everywhere is occupied, including the forest. With his son, they are interested of the lady. The lady told them, come tomorrow. As they both arrived on the next day, it is a question. Poor man came and seated. He been being called brother, 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 because he is not promoting the name. As they seated in the number of 4, my dear father and mother, brother and sister, aunties and uncle, you are 4 members in position. As you are born, there are certain things that you can make judgment while you're still a small boy or small little girl. But the hour has arrived. That is what you see, is what you say things about it. You tell us among these 4 members who will take this woman. At the governor, son says, I can't sleep without this lady. At the pastor, son proclaim, she is the only lady that can fulfill every need. At the king's son proclaim, without this lady, there is no kingdom. At the poor man came between, I am willing to marry you. They are in position. You tell us in your own judgment, as the king, who among these 4 members is the one that going to take this lady. The woman is beautiful. Many cannot imagine how she can see again. And without that, that was the one that preventing people not to come to her. But now she can see things exactly the same way that you see. So people are coming in different ways. But as they heard that 3 members in position that are well recognized within the land, they distanced themselves. But the poor man is still seated in the seat in the name of brother. So you tell us who among them can take that woman. May God bless you. My dear father and mother, brother and sister, aunties and uncle, you tell us your understanding. Let go to our content, my dear father. One young man woke up in the morning and decided he wanted to marry only a blind lady. As he woke up at the hour, he insists he must go and look for one beautiful woman which is blind, no matter how beautiful they are. But without her being blind, he doesn't need her. As he was looking for the lady is the content. That week, this young man found many types of ladies beautiful beyond his expectation, but he denied them that they are not blind. Nobody ever asked him, how come you are looking for blind? As this young man took 1 year, he is seeking for one beautiful woman that is blind. As 1 year passed by, he didn't find one. Somebody asked him, I heard you last year. You were saying you shall get married before the end of the year. What happened? He says, I didn't find one yet. Other man told him, are you sure you can see? He said, yes, I can see, but I don't see exactly what I'm looking for. The young man asked him again, took you 1 year to figure it out. What is it? What kind of woman are you looking for? He says, I'm looking for a blind woman, a beautiful woman, blind completely. That is what I want. The young man asked him, can you tell me why? He said that so that he may not see what I'm doing without speaking. So that he cannot see or she cannot see all the things that I do without speaking. And I begin to speak, she will know I am in the area. But as I begin to be quiet, she would not know I am in the area. The young man told him, "Are you sure?" He said yes. 2 years later, this young man got married. As he got married to the one beautiful lady, but is blind. This lady has been taught in the kingdom. We use eyes because we need them as important as they are. But there's sometimes that we may not need them as we are sleeping. They say what? As you are sleeping, you have to be inattentive with your ears, not involving eyes. As you know your surrounding, you will know no matter what is making sound, you will begin to know there is somebody around without you seeing them. This woman was taught sight, as beautiful as she is smart. As the lady came into the kingdom, she began to tell to the young man, "Can you please get up and go and bring me water?" A young man got up, go and bring water. The lady be recording the distance of how the young man walked. As she began to call, "Where are you?" "I am in the kitchen." "Where are you?" "I am here." As she began to notice where and how the sound may be added into what she hears, this young man went 2 months, 3 months later, he began to teach this woman, different work. This guy opened the door, and the lady can hear somebody open it. But as he come in, he began to walk with his door, going to the bathroom, doing everything with his door. But this lady ain't conform. He came with somebody. His steps are different, not one is multiple. As she began to ask the young man, "I tell you, my dear father and mother, brother and sister, aunties and uncle." A young man called out the divorce. "I was looking for a blind lady. How come she can know that not one person inside the house? How come she can know there's multiple legs, multiple feet? How come she know that somebody opened the door? How come, hey, this woman is not blind?" My dear father and mother, today you've been married more than one. Believing you will still find what your heart desire. That's correct. As we begin to say that people retire, as the age came by, we cannot do what we were doing 10 years ago. As the age came by, we cannot do what we used to do 40 years ago. What is it that you yourself cannot do? The confirmation is you looking into what you're saying. If you cannot do it, neither walk into it, neither lifting it, neither whatever the way is, you should know. Not only our eyes we are willing to seize as we are Christian. Not only with our bare eyes that we are willing to seize. We are willing to hear with our ears and our soul, and we begin to know attendant of our cries, and we begin to pray. Some people begin to be sweat. Some people begin to be cold. It's attendant. some people begin to be dizzy. It's a tendon. It's how we feel the vibration. As we walk in, we observe the air of the people inside was out our eyes. We observe how many people are speaking, who is speaking and who is not, how many people within. It does not have to involve. You have to count how many are they because you can see them. May God bless you. Share and subscribe. Share and subscribe. This young man begin to file in divorce, proclaiming this woman can see. As he sees like this, his friend jump off again. He's looking for a woman that is deaf, but she can see. As a couple days has passed by, he find one deaf, but she can see what you are doing. They are best friends. But since this guy is having trouble with the person he know is really blind, let him go to the next step. Other person, this young man brought his wife deaf, but she can see. As he sees 3 months has passed by, this lady begin to notice how this guy talk. She looked into this guy's mouth, how he talk. Begin to see how this guy speak to others. As she begin to observe what her eye has done. A days arrived that this young man brought a lady somewhere else. He's saying to people, is his sister, while is his wife. And they seated. This woman is deaf. She began to do her duty, but with attention, looking into this young man, how he's speaking to others. She noticed there is something behind this sister. In a couple minutes, a deaf lady came from nowhere, beating up this young man's sister, who he proclaimed is his sister, but is actually his wife. People began to wonder, how did she heard about it? She's deaf. How? You're still wondering, my dear father. You are still wondering, my dear mother. You're still wondering. Have you asked your neighbors? You're still dreaming. Have you asked your friend? One brain cannot lead. This is why we have the leader and the deputy and whatever the case is that are coming after the leader. Is because they have to gather brain together and make things happen. May God bless you. May God favor you. Mama. In Jesus' name. Share and subscribe. Welcome to Jesus Possibilities Worlds, where impossible is possible. In the name of Jesus, together we can change the world. Hallelujah. In Jesus' holy name, I have united my dear father and mother, brother and sister, aunties and uncle, all into it. As we begin to say, we want to confirm if you pass by, indeed you are here today. Let's go to our question. What is the difference between God and devil himself? What is the difference between God and devil himself? Again, what is the difference between God and devil? In your own understanding today, these are the two members that you may go to hell or you may go to heaven as we begin to speak it as human. Can you tell us what is the difference between God and devil himself? Please tell us your understanding. Please tell us your understanding. May God bless you. Let's go to our content. One young man was born within the land. As he came into the age of 29, he began to speak concerning God to people. As he came at that age, he began to speak to people concerning God. As people began to ask him, what do you know about him? As you begin to say, God, there is God. Can you tell us what do you know about him? Is the content, my dear father. He says, one thing that I know about him is greater beyond devil. Two of them are in the same seat, but there's different kingdom. Is the content. So I'm here to tell you, God is God and devil is devil. As many begin to continue to ask many questions that they have to this young man, he says again, you have a choice as you growing up in your kingdom. If you see the mother and father always fighting, you will have the same energy as you are going to hell, because that is exactly what they do in hell. As you begin to speak to your wife, no problem, no fighting. You speak respectfully to others apart from you. In the documentary of goodness, you shall go to heaven. I've come. Are you still looking for fight? Or have you given up? God is saying, as he started at the age of 5, him going to church, at the age of 29, he began to speak concerning these two parties. As he came to the last minute, he says, leave Muhammad alone. He's just a leader who asks from God. He said, leave Jesus alone. He asks from God. He says, leave David alone. He asks from God. He says, leave Alawin alone. They ask from God. How come we are not willing to ask directly? All of these members, as we seize them, they are all leaders who ask from God, which I proclaim. This kingdom don't fight at all. This kingdom don't get mad at all. This kingdom, they can seize anything that they put in place. But as you begin to say you want to go to hell, exactly what you seize the world doing, that is exactly what is happening in the kingdom of hell. I begin to follow God when I was 5 years old. That's when I began to enter to church. The confirmation has come at the age of 29. Please believe in God above Muhammad, above Jesus, above David, above Alawin. May God favor you all. You are in position. How come these members are being called today? Yes, they are leaders. You are destroying others who are in position doing exactly what you are doing. You are praying for others to go doom. And they are in position doing exactly what you are doing. Many are saying that there is hell. They say the world is hell. You will define it as you join ancestors. My dear father and mother, you on your own, for how long? For how long could you be comfortable to be a middleman, to seize the middleman speaking to you? How long could you be trusting this middleman? How long? There are things that you yourself want to say, but you are waiting for middleman to interfere so that he can hear it and that he can go and say it in his own convenient hours. Welcome. Let that middleman go and ask directly. You are alive for a reason, as he says. Come, all of you, come. As he proclaimed, all of us, we are his own children. Whether short or tall, you are alive for a reason. Kneel and ask him. Tell him anything the same way you speak to your father. That is the same way that he wants you to speak to him. Let them go. As you begin to have to follow them, those members, what is happening from these members today? Strife is living, strife, fighting. Nightmare is taking place because of these members. Ask God above you. Let that middleman go. Ask God above your mother and father. May God favor you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Welcome to Jesus Possibilities World, where impossible is possible in the name of Jesus. Together, we can change the world. Hallelujah. In Jesus' holy name, I have united. My dear father and mother, brother and sister, aunties and uncle. And we begin to say, we want to confirm if you pass by, indeed, you are here today. Let go to our question, my dear father and mother. 2 questions on the road. 2 questions on the road to you and the household. 2 questions on the road to you and the household. Let's go to our question. Do your friends have the same belief system as you? Do your friends have the same belief system as you? It's okay to have differing options, but having friends who believe in God the way you believe in God is important. It's okay to have differing options, but having friends who believe in God the way you believe in God is important. As we begin to say, it is a question to you and to your household. Your attention is needed. You say in your kingdom, I don't think it's important. I don't think it's important. Another one, I do think it's important. I do think it's important. My dear father and mother, brother and sister, aunties and uncle. Let's go to next question. Are you embarrassed of your friends? As you begin to recognize your name, you has been confirmed today. Are you embarrassed of your friends? Are they fools? Is your friends fools? Are you embarrassed to communicate with your friends? Are you embarrassed to communicate with your friends? My dear father and mother, brother and sister, aunties and uncle, all into it. Remember, the kind of people you hang out with are the kind of people you will become. To you and to your household, remember, the kind of people you hang out with are the kind of people you will become. As we begin to say, it is a question to you and to your household. Yes, it's correct. Yes, it's correct. No, it's not correct. No, it's not correct. My dear father and mother, brother and sister, aunties and uncle, all into it. As we begin to say, what on top shall be on top. You are a judge in your kingdom, but they could not allow you because they have money. You are somebody in that kingdom, but they cannot allow you because they have it all. Things that you don't have, but you have the leadership. But you have what is needed to lead, but you can access to them. Welcome in your own territory. We believe in your kingship. Welcome to your household. We believe in what you says. You tell us your understanding to these two questions on the row. Yes or no is not important. Yes, it is important. All together is in your table. As we seize just today, they have different options. Whether they got paid, we don't know. As poor, they have different types of how they make the judgment. Whether it is true or not true, they put it on their own belief. It is this way. Welcome. You tell us your understanding concerning these two questions, my dear father. Let's go to our content, my dear father and mother, brother and sister, aunties and uncle. One young man at the age of 19. One young man at the age of 19. As he came into the age of 19, he speak to the mother and father. Everybody was in the kingdom. Have 2 brothers and 2 sisters. Plus him, 5. But there's a lot of communities that know this kingdom. They don't mess around. At this young man sees he kicked into the age of 19. He noticed he no longer a baby. Is the content. As he noticed is 19, he called everybody. 2 brothers in position, 2 sisters in position, plus the mother and father. He said, Dad, he confirmed his position. He said, Mom, she confirmed her position. Brothers, they confirm their position. Sisters, they confirm their position. He said, today, I am leaving. I am going outside there, going to look for a woman that entices me. I don't care how many children she have with somebody. As long as she entices me, I will take that woman. I am looking for a wife. Our father says, since you believe you're a man, why not, son? I started at those ages. As the young man left the kingdom, he went outside. It is a question, it is a content. I am in position to make it quicker. As he went, he left the kingdom. He went to different land. As the young man went, he began to be a nice man. He doesn't want any problem. He began to visit soccer fields. He began to visit churches. He began to visit anywhere that people make meeting or sit down as human. A day arrived within the land that is strong community within the land that says they're having a meeting. Every soul except a small baby cannot allow to go. And a woman who just give birth, everybody is allowed to go. As everybody went, he went himself, he seated. He began to look into the ladies. All of them are beautiful beyond his expectation. This is the meeting. As he sees, he noticed that one lady in there that enticed him beyond others. The young man went down. He wanted to know her name without coming. Lie. A woman already had 4 children in position with a husband. As the young man went down, he wanted to investigate. Is this woman married or what is happening? He wanted to know more. As he went down, he found out the name. As he went down, he found out this woman owned 4 children with a husband in position. The husband was born in the kingdom that the mother and father always fight in physical, so he took the same authority. At the minute there is a fighting, this woman woke up in hospital. As this young man began to notice the young man and his wife, they're not in peace, but they're holding a name of marriage. He noticed this is not a marriage, it is a soccer field. As we begin to pass the soccer to others, he says, this woman, it is a time to meet her one-on-one. It is a question, my dear father. This woman has been, it is on lockdown with the government of the land. Even one, you're not allowed to do so. If you don't want the woman, let her go. As he sees on his financial, he cannot hold on himself. So he must be beside this woman. He noticed they must be together, whether there is fighting or not. It must happen. I sees a mother and father doing it all my life. Nobody died. She cannot die. She started. He is the one that started the problem. As this young man went down, he noticed everything is not right in that kingdom. At day arrived that this young man and his wife began to wall out. He paid up his wife beyond his expectation. They pick up the lady, woke up in a hospital. The doctor says, if you are willing to go back to that kingdom, you are not allowed to come back to this hospital. You did really want to be killed. How many times have you been coming all these years? And you woke up in this hospital dead and you cease to go back again. This is no longer a marriage. The lady says, as I own life today, I will never access to that young man bed again. I am done. It is a content. As this young man sees all these things are happening, they pick up the lady, they took her somewhere, and they told the young man, you're not allowed to come close to this lady. If you do so, you shall go to jail more than a year. So you know, we don't allow or tolerate woman beater. How long we've been wanting you? He says, okay. As this young man with a wife begin to make it a reality, he come one night and knock the door. As they begin to open the door, he's already inside. Begin to threat people, including his own children. If you say anything, I will make sure your face has been designed. And your father, as everybody knows that this young man is aggressive, they begin to be quiet. A day arrived that this young man himself is willing to visit that kingdom. He must speak. As he arrived, he stood outside the gate. In a couple minutes, a fight took place within the gate, and people are running outside. As he sees the woman came and fall down on his feet. He picked up the lady and put the lady behind and stand in front of the lady and told the young man, go back to that gate. Go inside or desist from here. The young man says, is my wife. He said, that's correct. As we begin to go to the soccer field, we says, is our ball. What is only one person on the ball. Everybody begin to wild out on the soccer that they don't know how much they bought it. Let me tell you, your wife is not around. This is not your wife. As the young man went down calling a police himself, somebody is taking his wife. As the police arrive, it is a content. They came, they asked him, who are you? As he began to say, these children are mine. As he began to say, this woman is mine. They look down into the system, they find out this young man should not be even closer, neither seeing the woman's shoes in distance. He must run. As he began to see the lady, how come? As they begin to ask the children, he said he came one night and threatened people, including us, so we are afraid. As they pick up that young man, they told him from today forward, if you ever access coming close to these children or close to this woman, you must know who we are. If you want to see them, let them come into the age of 18 or 19 so they make their own decisions. If they're stupid, they will follow you. The officer has spoken. As he went, they took this young man to jail. They asked the other young man, who are you? He said, I'm just a saver. I was passing beside this door, and people began to run out. This woman fell down on my feet. They said, do you know her? He said, no, I don't know her, but I am willing. As the lady began to speak with this young man who liked to put his hand on his pocket, well trained. As he sees that they went back, this young man took the children and the lady to his kingdom. As he began to take care of these children, at the age of 17, the older one is 17, this young man is released. As he came out, he says, I want to speak to my daughter. Within the land, they says, if you've been with a woman for 5 or 6 months, it's yours. As she came in the document, is marriage correct? But in reality, something has been turned upside down. As somebody applied, he want to marry the young man's daughter, is at the age of 17. He want to be recognized. As the lady sees the man want to visit his kingdom, he told to his boyfriend, please, I must speak to my father to let him know that you are coming. As everybody heard about it who came with that young man, they say, go ahead. This woman picked up the phone and called his father. As he called the father who just came out in jail, who didn't even paid or willing to save that generation. The hour has come that they can do something. So it's willing to be part of that victory. And the lady called. This young man picked up the phone and said, "Who are you?" He said, "I'm your daughter. Your first daughter. I am getting married." And the other guy picked up the phone. He says, "You are getting married. Who is it? Did you tell your father and your mother?" He says, "You are the father." He said, "Okay, tell them to come to my house tomorrow." And this young man prepared everything in his kingdom. He doesn't owe no children anymore. But the hour has arrived that he wants to eat as well, food or in possession. As they seated, they scanned the young man. They asked him, "Who are you?" He says, "I am the father of this girl." As they begin to close their eye, they know this young man, they never heard of him. How come the hour has arrived that is the father? They asked the girl, "Are you okay?" He said, "Yes, I am okay." As they begin to speak, that young man took 1 million from these members. They are allowed to marry this woman. As they paid 1 million to that young man, the young man took the money and gave 3.5 thousand to this young lady and took the rest. At the hour of the marriage to arrive, this woman went and told his mother, "The hour has arrived, I am getting married." As she began to wonder, "What do you mean? I never heard of it, neither your father." He said, "My father heard of it already." She said, "What?" He said, "Your father heard about it already." "My father." He said, "Okay, when did you guys agree?" So they're coming next week. And I will drive you around. This young man know nothing about it. Is still focusing, making sure they eat, making sure they have good husband and good wife. He's still thinking. He doesn't know the difference between the day and night. As the mother arrives, he sees her husband back in the days. Many years has passed by. As he begins to look down, he sees her members has arrived. They want his daughter. As she begins to scan her own husband who was helping her is not around. He said, "I'm not qualified to be here. You say this is your father." The woman said yes. He said, "Yes, you and him go ahead with this marriage. But to me, I'm not part of it." The woman called a taxi. "Come home, sit down as nothing happened." At the hour at the midnight had arrived. The woman wake up her husband and said, "Have you ever seen your daughter?" He said, "For 2 days I didn't see her, but I saw you in position as the mother." He said, "That's correct. Your daughter got married 2 days ago." He said, "What?" He said, "Got married 2 days ago." He said, "Thank you." The young man said, "Thank you for letting me know." He's quiet. The mother asked, "How come you're not asking questions?" He said, "You just told me she got married. is done. I can do nothing about it. It's done. The mother went quiet again. All of them went quiet. Nobody is saying anything. At this, young lady with her husband went down. 2 years passed by. No baby. Life is miserable. This young man is still taking care of the rest. He's not saying anything. As he sees other daughter popped up, somebody want to marry her. This woman speak to the man and said, tomorrow, come to my kingdom with your people. I accept you. As they wake up on the next day, they're going to the same father that they heard about it. A young man sees new people and say, what is happening? He say, we're here to marry one of your daughter. He say, who is she? And he began to say the name, my dear father. He said, that's correct. It's my daughter. Pay 1 million and you shall be free to marry that woman. And these people says, we love your daughter. If you say 1 million, we shall give you 2 million. They pay. The young man is done. And they tried to come to pick up the lady from the street where they used to meet her, that they are married. The woman says, what is it? You didn't come to my kingdom. He said, we did. And we pay your father $2 million. He said, what? Did you pay my father? He said, yes. He said, I don't think so. My father speak anything to me and to everybody in the kingdom. If you would have speak to him, he would have let me know. You didn't want to my father. And they begin to say the name of that young man. He know, she know, that was the father. But he was not there to give life. She said that strong father, the real father, indeed has struggled to make sure I can come to this hour as you are coming today, that I'm beautiful, was out his attendant and thinking, I will not have life. So I'm sorry. You went the wrong person. Go and bring those money and go to my father and mother. You will find sibling in position. Other one in 15 is a boy. And this lady make everything look down. These members went to the young man and asked the young man, we need our money. You say your son is your daughter. How come? He said, yes, it's mine. But for her to own life is that young man. I was not there. For her to own life is that young man. He said, give us our money. And this young man tried not to give the money. They called the cop. They know that it's wanted. They pick him up. They put him to jail. Government of the land paid these young boys. And they came on the day that they prepare. They want to meet up the father of this girl and the mother who indeed suffer to make sure they have life. As they seated, they look into the young man. He said, you the father? He confirmed, yes, I am the father. He said, really? He said, yes, I am the father. He said, well, come, we need your daughter. The young man looked into his wife. They know nothing. about why the young men are coming, but they says they want to be recognized. The young man says, I prepare both of you to come tomorrow so I may share this with my wife and my daughter, because we don't know how well she know you. The young man confirmed. They both left. At 11 o'clock, this young man called his daughter and his wife, seated, and said, our daughter, can you please tell us how well do you know this young man? The lady said, Dad, Mom, I know this young man, and I believe this kingdom shall bear me seed, that you shall have grandchildren. The young man says, confirm. You call them and tell them to come and see us, me and your mom. As they came 3 days later, they seated, they bring beyond expectation. They believe this young man can ask the young man. As they seated, they say, we love your daughter and we want to marry her. The young man called his daughter. Can you tell us if we can say yes to this? The woman confirmed. Please, Dad and Mom, say yes, because I say yes as well. As the young man sees, he says, come, son, come, my daughter. As he held the hand, he told them, as I bless both of you today, you shall have beyond your expectation. Children shall be coming from different sides. People will begin to give you what you cannot even believe, as is coming from others. I bless both of you. The mother says, I confirm the same. Within 3 weeks, the lady came back home. She's pregnant with twins. Other lady is still on lockdown. The young man didn't take anything. He's waiting for home to be home. He sees his mother, his own wife, was in problem. So the young man may be part of them. He wants to know. As the young man took care of his wife, 9 months later, twin in position. As 2 years came by, another twin. The lady confirmed to visit his mother and father. The one who don't sleep, the one who don't know the difference between the day and night. She insists to see them. As she came crying, kneeling, I am sorry. The mother says, you don't tell me that. You go and speak to your father. He said, don't know what to tell him. He said, go and speak to him. Even if he was a fool, you are not a fool. Even if he was stupid, you are not stupid. This is why you think this way. How come? 3 years has passed by. 4 years has passed by. What brought you today? He said, suffer. I indeed suffer. I've seen different type of color of suffering. But I've come. Everywhere I go, they says, go back to your mother and father. But I go back to my father, which I don't know who he is. And I forgot who took care of me. And a small little girl came, kneel before his father. The father told him, get up, only God will kneel. Yes, I'm your father, but I never asked you to do so. I'm not a God. As she stood, told his daughter, you insist to go call that young man. I don't have no problem with him. I was taking care of what he doesn't want to take care. I was in position to make sure what his life can be like. But he's not willing. I've done all I can to make sure you can be called a beautiful daughter. To make sure you can be called a sexy son. I make sure. What have you done? You go back to the same young man. And the lady began to cry. I don't want them. He said, I is your father. Nobody can deny that, even God himself. But you says in the wrong way, believing he know them all. If he know them all, can you tell me the first day he left the kingdom, what happened? This woman came into the kingdom, began to be the smallest daughter was in the house, to make sure she listened to the father and mother, things that she should be putting in position during a time when she was growing up. This girl ran out from school. She didn't complete it, got a 12, neither got a 10, because somebody is accessing to making sure if I can destroy this, then I don't care about the success. But if I cannot, I shall find a way to access into that success that she or he will bring. 2 ways I must destroy since I'm not there. If I can, I shall wait for the successful hours to make sure I shall know who is the fool among my children. I refuse to take care of them. Human being came from nowhere. So I want to access as she began to give them life. May God bless you. Hallelujah. My dear father and mother, many are working on job that they don't qualify in their soul. Many are saying things that they don't qualify in their mind, but they must say it. Many are doing things that they themselves don't qualify to say or do, but they are still in position doing them. We have come, everyone that God ever created as sins. All of us, we have sins. Nobody is perfect, as the Bible subscribes it to you and to everybody else. Make sense into the life. As you begin to say that you know better, you don't ask questions, you believe, your mind can make sense. You seize the beauty of life, or the world is no longer going anywhere. You shall see it with your talent. But we have come, listen to those mother and father, so you may own life. May God bless you. In Jesus' holy name, I have united. Amen and amen. You are new, subscribe. You are not new, say something. So we know King has passed by, Queen has passed by, Leader has passed by. Bye-bye.